So as you probably know, Xbox has been struggling for pretty much all of the Xbox Series X lifespan, and you could probably say they didn't do too well during the Xbox One lifespan as well. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I feel like what's going on with Sony right now is a direct impact of Xbox struggling. And for some reason, Sony fans are so happy to see this because of some console wars that's really stupid to begin with. I really feel like some of you Sony fans need to understand why this is not a great thing for Xbox to not be doing good right now. Let's say Xbox fails and Sony doesn't have a direct competitor anymore. Sony will have the monopoly on consoles, and that would be a terrible thing. Monopolies are just notoriously bad for fucking consumers. I mean, just look at games like Madden and 2K, for example. Neither game has competition, and look what they do to their player base. Exploit and fuck niggas over. In Madden, it's effectively the same game every year. There's a lack of innovation in new in-game mechanics, and when they do release new mechanics, they often release broken or not even worth using. Not to mention the horrible game modes like franchise. The Madden franchise community has been begging for a better experience, and it'll never happen. Partly because y'all keep buying this shit every year, but also EA is a nasty ass company. Then as a Madden player, you have to say to yourself, I just need something that will feel more fun. So you know what you do? You say, fuck it. I'm gonna try this Ultimate Team mode. I mean, it's always like trying to get me to get on there. As soon as I log into the game, I'm seeing, oh, get on Ultimate Team. So it must be fun, right? It seemed like they put a lot of effort into it. Only to be immediately met with gambling mechanics to get you hooked on buying in-game packs for your team. Now, I will give Madden a little bit of credit. They have made Ultimate Team a little bit more free-to-play friendly. I personally have played it a little bit. Not this year, but I have played it in the past couple years, and it's not as bad as it used to be. But I still wouldn't say it's a good experience for a free-to-play person at all. But even all of that, and you still have NBA 2K that rivals EA in terms of greed. Now, from what I've heard, their team building game mode similar to franchise is better than Madden's. But that's the most positive thing I can say. NBA 2K has convinced millions of people that spending hundreds of dollars on in-game currency is normal and not that bad. To make it worse, that in-game currency has gotten more and more expensive over the years, and the 2K community just takes it. I mean, I genuinely don't know which to criticize more, the My Park or the My Team. In My Park, you have to spend at the barest of minimum $20. That will barely get your player to any overall that would allow you to have some fun on the game. In all reality, in order to just have fun on My Park, you would need to at least spend $50 to $100. That's just insane. Now, you could argue that My Team is more predatory than Park, and I would have to say it probably is. When you boot into My Team, you're met with a vibrant looking screen similar to a gambling house, and also similar to Ultimate Team, you're met with packs to open. And to get more packs, guess what you gotta do? You gotta spend money for VC, which is the in-game currency. It's literally just gambling, guys. This is what happens when you don't have competition. You get situations like this. But honestly, guys, if you still think I'm complaining just to complain, Sony has already started making changes that aren't pro-consumer. I think with the announcement of the Steam machine and the new Xbox, it has Sony sweating a little bit, mainly because the consoles are promising to be able to use Steam and boot up Windows. And since that would be the case, you would be able to play Sony exclusives on an Xbox. And I know Sony doesn't want that. So you know what Sony decided to do? Pull all future PC ports away. Sony has also started what they are calling dynamic pricing. Prices that will vary depending on the users. Prices will change over time. Now, thank God for right now, Sony is just testing this, but not gonna lie, guys, they're just testing to see how bad the backlash is gonna be and if they can get away with it. This realistically isn't even needed. You know what would actually be better for us? Better discounts and cheaper games overall. You're gonna penalize me and charge me more than that dude over there. For why? Oh, I don't know. You just want to charge me more because that's our dynamic pricing? Like, what the fuck do you mean? If anything, shouldn't I be getting extra discounts if I'm fucking spending hella money on my damn console? But in all reality, we just shouldn't be doing that shit at all. Nigga, just give us some better discounts like Steam and just call it a day. Why are we having to sit there and say, all right, bro, dynamic pricing, here you go? Like, nobody wants this shit. Nobody asked for it. But this is the type of shit Sony will end up doing if the Xbox fucking fails. Another weird thing Sony has recently done is they shut down Bluepoint Studios, a gaming company known for their remasters and remakes of older games, like the 2020 Demon Souls remake. What makes this especially weird is that Bluepoint Studios seemed like a successful studio, so them being shut down was unexpected. When you really start to look at things like Sony's weird obsession they had with live service games for a while, it kind of makes sense. Sony had Bluepoint Studios working on a live service God of War game that got canceled in 2025 after Sony probably realized how much money they were wasting dumping into all these live service games they had all these companies making. Then when you look at the fact that Bluepoint was trying to get a new game pitched and Sony kept declining, shit just looks even crazier, especially now that there's rumors that Bluepoint pitched making a Bloodborne remake. And if you know anything about them Bloodborne fans, they've been waiting for just anything related to that game to just release. They'll take anything at this point. But in my opinion, I feel like Sony wasted what seemed like a decent studio by forcing them into a live service game that they probably didn't want to work on. Regardless though, guys, if you're a person that really cares for the space, I hope that you're rooting for the new Xbox and the new Steam machine to be good platforms. Mainly the new Xbox because that's Sony's direct competitor, because you guys do not want a world where it's just Sony and they can just do whatever the fuck they want. Because in that case, bro, just get a PC. I know it's more expensive, but regardless, if those consoles aren't received well, like maybe the price is just too high, we really will get to see just how non-consumer friendly Sony can be.